in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voila, hippies. From high atop the worldwide hippies citizen journalists exchange, massive globe-spanning digital soapbox. This is your old hippie pal, Dr. Woody, John Konopak in Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of the most heart-wrenching and terrifying videos on the nets lately features 2 Orange County cops beating a homeless, mentally handicapped man named Kelly Thomas right to death in the streets of Fullerton, California last year. They got the whole thing on video. It's terrible and heartbreaking and pitiful and infuriating and depressing all at the same time. It will break your heart. The Fullerton cops just plainly beat the shit out of the guy, and then they bragged about it. And then they got away with it, acquitted on all counts. How, horrified observers want to know, could the jury look at that video, I've got a link to it on my page, and not convict the killer cops? Well, it's not easy, but here's how I think it went down. The cops who beat Kelly Thomas to death were, in their own eyes, doing the job. It's dirty, they'll tell you, but somebody's got to do it. And besides, they're just following orders, if the orders are mainly implicit and tacit. They believe themselves to be doing only what the people who pay their salaries demand of them. And what the people there in Orange County, but really anywhere where poor and homeless people congregate, what they want is to have the cops to keep the rabble moving. Cops in such circumstances are under instructions to make it uncomfortable or unpleasant for all those undesirables. You got a nice little town, and nobody wants them hanging around. It spoils the ambiance. They're bad for business. They look bad. They beg and stink and piss in the streets. The good burghers and their wives and their children and, of course, their patrons don't want to be made uncomfortable by the piteous plight of the poor, don't want to see them, so the cops roust them. Don't let them get too comfortable. Keep them moving. Give them reasons not to stop in Fullerton or Orange or Garden Grove or Westminster. I expect it's working, at least in Fullerton. The poor, the homeless, the beggars, and the street people are avoiding that place like the plague these days. They just keep on stumbling down the tracks. Cops know they have the support of the community and at least tacit approval for the harassment they conduct. It's reciprocal, too, the same community that also supplies the jury which will later acquit the killer cops. It's like the ultimate home field advantage. Now, the process is not over yet. At least in the Kelly Thomas case, the FBI has already said it will launch an investigation based on the video evidence. But local juries almost always excuse the behavior of local cops when they commit excesses like these. You know, anything to keep the streets safe. Keep your heads down, hippies, and I'll see you at the beach. Pause.